Hey everyone, this is Cresso, and the title of this audio is They Don't Want You to Know. Yeah, that's a famous phrase that's been going on the internet for a very long time. And I've been questioning this for a while, and I just had to go deep about this, about they don't want you to know. And I'm going to give some examples. I want everybody to go deep, to go real deep into this. Because, you know, this phrase, they don't want you to know, I'm going to say this straight up. It is truly a game. All right? It is. And believe me, I'm going to break it down real simple for everybody. Okay. Which thing I'm going to start off? I'm going to start off with education. I touch on education in a few of my clips, especially here in America. Now, I'm going to put it like this. They don't want you to know, or let's just put it this way. They are dumbing us down from the truth. That's the thing with the education here in America. Now, here's the thing. Who are they? When it comes to this whole thing about they are dumbing us down, who are they? Who's in charge? Who's responsible for us being dumbed down? Who's responsible? A lot of people will blame the teachers. Will say things like, the teachers, we got bad teachers in our school. They need to be fired. But then a lot more people will say, no, it's the politicians. They don't know what they're doing. They're coming up with these lousy policy. Right? Okay. All right. So it's the politicians are to blame. They're responsible for us being dumbed down. Okay, here's my next one. Who's over the politicians? A lot of people will say, well, I say it's the banks, the banksters, and the lawyers. Because there's a lot of money involved in this. A lot of politics and a lot of money involved. Okay. Plus the lawyers. A lot of lawyers, they're involved as far as creating these laws and how our kids are being educated, etc., etc. Okay. So we got the banksters and lawyers. Okay, here's my next one. Who's in charge of the banksters? Okay. Who's responsible of the banksters and lawyers? A lot of people will say, well, okay. The ego got to catch his breath. Okay. It's the Illuminatis. It's the secret societies. The Illuminati, the Rothschild, the Bilderberg groups, the Masons, whatever, the dark cults, the satanic cults, they're responsible, okay? They're the one that's controlling the lawyers and banksters and all that, okay? All right, we got that, okay? And also people include the Vatican and also the royal family, Queen Elizabeth, believe it or not. They're also in the mix. They're the ones that's basically responsible when it comes to the banksters and lawyers. All right. I'm not done yet. Okay. Who is over, okay, the satanic group, the secret society groups, all of them, all those major players that I just said, who's over them? A lot of people say, oh, wait a minute. It's the reptilians. They're the one that infiltrated the world government. They're the overlords. They're the one that's in charge. And a lot of people will add the tall whites. The tall whites, they're mainly in charge. They're the big honcho when it comes to the United States government. They're the ones that's controlling the United States government more. But the reptilians, they're kind of got the entire world part. More focus on not just the US, but the entire world. But the tall whites, they're the one that's controlling America. Okay, so we got the reptilians and the tall whites. Okay, not done yet. Who is over the tall whites and the reptilians? And people like, oh wow. And wait, people have to regroup. The ego got to regroup. Oh, wait a minute. It's Satan. Satan, this dark entity, or however you want to describe it, a fallen angel. It's been floating around Earth. That being, that entity is in charge. That entity is responsible for all of this. Okay. All right. I'm not done yet. Who is over this dark entity that a lot of us been holding up for many, many, many centuries? Who is over this dark entity that's been enslaving mankind for so long? Who? Suddenly the ego's quiet. I hear crickets now. Wait a minute. There's crickets. The ego have no idea what to say. It's like it's stuck. Our own ego is stuck. So if anyone's over, but like you don't know, it's like you don't know what to say. All right now, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna put it like that. Now I just gave you a nice layout about the game. Okay, about they don't want you to know. The one thing I'm going to say that's basically over all of this is the one and only source of life. Infinite. God. Don't believe in a God, pure energy. Raw energy. Yes. Consciousness. That's right. Who's over oneness? Who? That's it. Now I'm gonna add this here, okay? Because a lot of people like to play separation about the idea of God and all that. But let me just add this part here. Picture that big red arrow. That big red arrow is facing consciousness, right? But you know, there's another end of that arrow. You see, what is the back end of that arrow facing? What is the other end of that arrow facing, everybody? Come on. Anybody has an answer? Huh? Let's just say to somebody that's basically, you know, just logically based. Does anybody have an answer? What is that other end of the arrow facing? Okay. That other end of the arrow is facing you. It's facing every man and woman. Yep. The ego's stunned. What? Wait a minute. How can this be? And they're like, yeah. It's you. It's me. It's everyone. That's what the other end of the arrow faces. A lot of us walk around with this mentality. We don't know who we are. We're just mere humans. It's not fair. We've been dumbed down for centuries. And, you know, we wanted to know where we're from. We look to the stars. We don't know who we are. And these people, these secret societies been dumbing us down. They've been dumbing us down for centuries. It's not fair. You see, everybody, I just gave you a layout about this. I just gave you a layout of the game, the full layout. You know, that is one part of the game. When you walk around with this one part of the game of they don't want you to know, they are dumbing you down. These people, we have to get licensed to do everything. We need to do what? They're controlling us from access to things, to resource, to education, to make our world a better place. These people, these evil people, they're making it difficult for us. These evil people must be stopped. And yes, rightfully so. Yes. I agree. Yes. But you see, everybody, like I just told you, I just gave you the full layout of the game. If you want to play the game of they don't want you to know, you must go all the way. You must get past the level of not know who you are, then get into the next level, connected to the truth that you're the one that's been putting yourself in a ball of chain. You're the one that's been dumbing yourself down. It's an idea. It's part of the game. We have infinite knowledge that's embedded in our spirit. But we're talking about education. We're talking about access to truth. We're talking about history of our origins. Our history book's been tampered with. The Bible has been tampered by the Vatican. We don't even know who we are and all that stuff. That's the one part of the game. Access. That's where everybody seeks. Access. But like I say, once you understand the full grasp of the game, of life on earth, you're going to look at this and you're going to say to yourself, wait a minute. I understand fully. I know who I am. And I'm the one all this time been enslaving myself. It's been me. I'm the one that's been enslaving myself. The truth of the matter is, your ego don't know nothing. Your logical mind don't know squat. A lot of us, a great deal of us, is scratching our head wondering, what are we going to do? You playing a game that you don't know who you are because you're only playing one half of the game. Now look, everybody, I gotta say this. You're not any lesser if you're playing, or if you want to stick to that part of the game of duality. You're not lesser. You're just playing a part that you don't know who you are for that moment. So yeah, duality is going to play its course. We got these people that must be stopped. Oh my God, I forgot the New World Order. How can I forget about the New World Order? Man, damn it, I'm so sorry. Oh, wow. So yeah, the New World Order. Please forgive me. I forgot that. That's the major player. But still, the overlords. You know, I just named out all the characters. But everybody, no, listen, you know, again, it's very simple. All right? I just want to make this really short and sweet here, okay, before I close out. All right? If you want to play the game of not knowing who you are and you want to stick with the duality thing, that's a choice that you have to make. But I just simply laid out the entire game. I'm just sharing the truth. You can sit there and disagree with me or not. It doesn't matter to me. I just laid it out. Our own ego don't know squat. So, you know, but again, if you want to play the full part of the full game, you must understand who you are. That's the goal, that's the goal that we set. We put rules in front of us, barriers in front of us. We do all of those things, make things hard, right? We got villains, we got Satan, we got ETs, whether they're in Earth, whether they invade in Earth, we got everything. You know, I was telling my friend of mine also the other day about the, we got the government and the shadow governments they are watching us with these drones and all kinds of stuff, right? And I said to my friend, I said to her, who is watching the watchers? Right? Who's watching the watchers? I keep going. Who's watching the watchers and watching the watchers? Do you see the illusion that our ego plays? Your ego don't know nothing. But we select that for a reason. We're doing this. This is what we're doing. I just gave a nice layout. I'm sorry. I mean, look, I can apologize that I'm ruining the fun of the duality thing. But, I'm not taking away from you. You can stay in the duality thing. You can stay with the thing about they don't want you to know. I mean, they controlling us how you take care of yourself. They're controlling you how you take care of your family. They're controlling us how, let's say, how you're exercising your freedom, your liberty, all of those great things. We have to get permission from them to get married, get licensed for anything that you want to do, any profession. Okay. What else you got? Yeah. We allow they to dictate us what kind of education that we should get. Okay. And then, we constantly fight in a war. There's always a war going on because they are not telling us anything. And then we got the space agencies, right? All these space agency players. They don't want you to know they don't want you to know the truth about your origin, about who you are. They don't want you to know. And then we got the famous mystery thing going on in Antarctica. They don't want you to go up there and find out that there's possible other lands on the flat earth or whatever goes on. They don't want us to know. So you remember what I told you early about that big fat red arrow? There's two sides of the arrow. One facing consciousness, one facing yourself. So when you play the game, they don't want you to know what you really are. What the game really is that is you. They is you. So you are dumbing yourself down and you are slaving yourselves. You are putting yourselves in debt. Look, I play the game too. I'm not gonna sit here like I'm somebody on top. Hey, I play the game too. But I know what consciousness is. I'm able to see past all of that. And my book and story, yeah, is gonna be about duality and all that stuff. But I know the truth. So yeah, sometimes I go in and out of the game. Sometimes I feel like, daggone it, these people, these evil people, right? A lot of us walk around, these evil people. No, they can't be from source of life. No way. Because you're still playing that one part of the game. So when you understand the full concept of the game, then you say, yes, now I understand things more clearer now. Spiritually, I understand more clearer now. I think that's all I have to say. It's gotta lay it out, Hey, they, who are they? Right? Okay, everybody. Until then, I will be back with another interesting topic. Take care.